This is DC Channel Guns. Like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.
Starting just a day ago, Eagle Arms has announced that they will no longer allow the sale of 80% receiver kits at all of their gun shows. That is the first time we are aware of in this nation that a gun show operator has partnered with law enforcement to stop the sale of these dangerous 80% receiver kits.
What up? This is DC Channel Guns coming at you another gun video. Appreciate you watching, like, sharing, subscribe. So I want to appreciate all my subscribers. I want to appreciate all the good information. Appreciate y'all for coming to the video. Appreciate all the support and love. Appreciate everything that y'all do for the 2A community. Like I said before, people, y'all the star, people. I'm just a mess. I'm just the average citizen trying to uphold the Constitution to defend the Second Amendment. I know y'all don't hear that. Y'all are the star, people. Y'all the action star and stuff like that. So with that said, I appreciate y'all for supporting your 2A channels, your gun channels, the new people in the 2A community. We got millions of them. We need that for this long journey we got when it comes to fighting for your Second Amendment and stuff like that in this country. Also, I want to give a shout out to y'all who pretty much smashed that like button, sharing on your favorite social media platform. We got to get the algorithm up, people. A lot of the 2A channels and gun channels are being pushed further and further down when it comes to the algorithm on the social media platforms and everything. So we need that. And also, I want to give a shout out to y'all that follow me on Gunstreamer, TikTok, and a huge shout out to y'all that come on here every single day through the good and the bad, ups and downs. Nothing moves in a straight line, people. So we're going to get into the headlines right now. 80% lower building yourself kits, no background check firearms, people. I'm talking about this is what's going on. The new administration came in and their agenda has pretty much been released and stuff. We've been talking about this. They kept it silent. A lot of people confused which direction that the new administration was going. Now we see what they're doing. We seen the little stuff that's being released before the administration will actually put into office and everything, because you have your major federal agency, government agency coming after gun shops, coming after businesses and stuff. And right now, people, you have law enforcement all across the country who are saying that these 80% lowers is responsible for a large percentage of their gun crimes and stuff, people. So with that said, right now in the headlines, people, you have a Pennsylvania, one of the largest gun show promoters in that state, who now came out and said that they would not sell no more build-it-yourself kit, 80% lowers and stuff at their gun shows, people. So we've been here for a long time, this gun show loophole, and then they're piecing it together, but actually this whole thing is a lie to me. There's no such thing as a gun show loophole, people. I'm talking about, we've been hearing this for decades and decades. Now, the only reason why they're pushing this is because the 80% lowers and stuff that you can buy it. It don't have a serial number. You can take it home and finish it up and everything. So they're pushing it that you have criminals or buying these things in droves and stuff. Now, as far as some of the research that I looked at, people, because a lot of times when you hear this on the headlines, they make it seem like every firearm that they're finding turning up in the streets are 80% lower. That is not the truth, people. That's not true. They're skewing the data. I looked at some data where it's saying that they're saying out of a certain percentage, these guns are popping up in the streets and stuff all across the country, California, Chicago, all these little places. It's not as large as people keep saying it is. So a lot of them pushing numbers and stuff to get headlines and everything. But, they are popping up. But people, again, I'm talking about your government is creating a black market when it comes to firearms. I'm talking about for decades, even before the 80% lowers came out, people, we still had this problem where criminals getting guns. I told you there's a million ways criminals could get guns. And there is one way that law-abiding citizens can get guns. And that is going doing a background check and all this kind of stuff. So right now, people, the headlines is out there. And they're pushing this thing. I'm talking about, we talked about HR 8. They're pushing this, universal background checks and stuff like that. I'm talking about, my whole thing at this is that your politicians, the government, all these people, smart, genius people, all this data and research and paying millions of dollars, taking your taxpayer money. I'm talking about taking my dollars, and they're funding these research companies to come up with some solution to stop gun violence and stuff. And they have failed miserably. Nobody came out and admit that they are failing, because the only thing they keep doing is coming after law-abiding citizens. I'm talking about right now, even if you stop selling these 80% lowers or whatever the case may be at the gun show in this state, this and that, I'm talking about if they keep popping up, what's the next step, people? What is the next step they're gonna do? I'm talking about, you have some states, we got to put serial numbers on them. We require you to do a background check. I'm talking about, I would listen to one in Pennsylvania. I listened to someone saying where, you don't have to, we don't force a background check on any firearm. I'm talking about, basically what they're saying is that, these guns here are the most sought after things for criminals. I'm talking about, and they pushed that till they got this result here. And then they're pushing in the headlines that we need more gun shows to stop selling these 80% lowers. People, and I told you before, they're not going to let go. They're not going to stop people. They're just not. They're going to twist it and they're going to turn and stuff. They have this long-term mindset when it comes to your Second Amendment and your firearms in this country. And as a gun owner, we have to have that same mindset too. At the end of the day, people, I'm talking about, we have talked about how criminals are getting firearms, how people are getting firearms. I'm talking about, if you think that, stopping selling the 80% lowers, at a gun show or requiring background checks for the 80% lowers, whatever the case may be, gonna stop these things from ending up in the streets. I'm talking about, you better think again, because we got firearms that have serial numbers on it that people, you have to do background checks. They're in the streets too. And they have not stopped that for decades because your politicians don't have a solution, people. And at the end of the day, what it is doing, this result is not doing nothing. It's a feel good. It sounds good. I'm talking about, it sounds good. Hey, we just stopped selling these things at the gun show, and guess what? We can stop these things from ending up in the street. That's what they think. But at the end of the day, people, they're gonna still keep turning up in the streets. And what are they gonna go for next? What is the next thing they're gonna go after? I'm talking about to stop the manufacture or whatever the case may be of these things, because I'm trying to figure out what is their solution if you stop selling the 80% lowers at the gun show in Pennsylvania. I'm talking about, if you put a serial number and require background checks, they're still gonna find something, people. I'm talking about, since I've been into a community, as soon as you think that, okay, you give them something, they want something else. And they want something else, and they want something. They're not going to stop people until they take all the firearms and stop the sale of all the firearms in this country. So like I said before, at the end of the day, I'm talking about, we have the Second Amendment, people. It's a constitutional right to bear arms in this country and stuff like that. And like I said before, the only solution that they have is to make it more difficult for you to get it. That's all they're doing. And they're going to do it in hundreds of ways that we've been talking about the toy community for a long time. But, with this gun show here saying, hey, we're going to stop the sale of it, they're advertising this, people, and it's going to feed on itself. Watch what I tell you. We're going to be watching this and everything. It's been feeding on itself. And a lot of these states who really push this kind of stuff, California and all these places, and you see what's going on, people, they want to come up with something. And me, for all the stuff I looked at, a lot of the major city gun crime, these politicians want to have an easy way out of their job. And like I told you, easy job for politicians is to keep creating gun laws. And that's what every state I see hopping on this train, when it comes to gun violence in their state. So this is going to keep coming, people. It's going to keep coming. And like I said before, I'm talking about with Pennsylvania and stuff, pretty much pushing this gun show thing, is going to feed on itself. And then they encouraging other businesses and stuff to stop the sale of it. So we're going to see how this turn out, people. I just want to kind of talk about that a little bit because it's in the headlines, and it's so much out there, people. It's just so much out there when it comes to the 80% lowers and stuff. I'm talking about, I see them at the gun show and stuff like that, people. And, I'm seeing people doing background checks and stuff on them. I just don't see people walking out the door and stuff like that. I'm seeing people, I was at the gun show, people was buying them. Guess what? They was looking at CCW permits. They was looking at pistol permits. They won't just hand these things and stuff out to just anybody. And so, a lot of these places that you're seeing the 80% lowers for sale and everything, to my the ATF and stuff been coming down on them. We've been seeing videos and stuff. They're cracking down on a lot of these shops and businesses and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, people, I'm talking about, there's a million ways that criminals are getting guns, and we've been covering them over here. So kind of want to talk about that a little bit. This is DC Channel Guns, and I'll catch you on the next one. This is DC Channel Guns. Like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.